So this is my new design agency, Best Pest Marketing. Now the reason that I'm building this new agency is for my new program, the Solo Agency Blueprint, which just launched today. Now the goal of this is to walk you through the entire journey step by step of launching and scaling your own agency. So everything from choosing a niche and pricing your services and building your website to attracting clients and closing those deals, and then also fulfilling the work. So everything from start to finish will be shown to you so you can just copy it, paste it into your own business, and have a successful agency. Now, because there's so much that goes into this whole process, we're going to be breaking this YouTube series down into 4 different videos. The first is going to be about launching your agency. We're going to talk about niching, positioning, pricing, your offer, everything that you need to prepare you to launch your agency. The second video will be about your portfolio site. I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need in your portfolio site. That way you can either build a new one or go back and revamp your current one to make sure that it's funneling your prospects to the right place to be able to hire you. The third video is going to be about getting clients. I'm going to show you effective ways, both outbound and inbound, that you can attract clients, that you can close those deals. And then finally, in the last video, we're going to talk fulfillment. So how to actually do the work, how to do a good job, how to outsource to tools and contractors, and how to keep your clients happy through that entire process. So one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your career is the niche in which you choose to work. Now, niching down can be difficult because you don't want to exclude people that aren't in that niche but still may want to hire you. But the truth of it is you can't have it all. If you try to be a generalist, people won't take you seriously, they won't revere you as an expert, and they will never be willing to pay you as much. So what I want to do is show you the reasons why you should choose a niche. If you're brand new to this world, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to select your niche, and we'll show you how to do that. Now, if you either already have a niche or you're a generalist and you've had success that way, I still believe that by the end of this video, you'll want to reassess the way that you're running your business. So when it comes to benefits of a niche, the first is you will be seen as a specialist, and people want to work with a specialist. If you are competing against other designers for a job and they are generalists and you work specifically in this type of industry, you're going to land the job pretty much every time because it's going to feel like you're a perfect fit rather than just another option. The next benefit is targeted marketing. You're no longer going to have to just throw out content and throw out random ads to anybody that might need a website because you're going to know exactly who you're going after. You will know your ideal prospect. You'll know their age, their gender, their location, where they hang out. And that makes marketing way easier, way more effective, and you're not going to have to do as much to see much better results. Now, in that same realm, your conversion rates are going to be way higher, whether that's in your content, your website, or most importantly, your sales calls. You're going to close way more deals because when people do reach out to hire you, they already know that you're a great fit and they're already sold on working with you, and most likely you already stand out above all of the competition because you're niched down. And so you're going to find that the entire sales process gets much, much easier when you have a niche. The next benefit is a streamlined process. Far too many designers fall into the trap of having every project be completely custom and completely different. And every time you do that, you have to start from scratch. And it gets difficult to understand the industry, understand the needs, and then create things from scratch. And so instead, you can create a streamlined process where you're going to be able to have a step-by-step order of how things are done. You'll be able to have predictable results, and you'll be able to reuse a ton of different parts of previous projects, whether that's assets, content, strategies, ideas, communication templates. All of these things are going to save you tons of time and make the project better for you and your client. And the final benefit, and one that often gets overlooked, is your referability or referral network. What I found is people always know other people in their industry. So if I work with dentists, for example, the ones that I work with are going to know other dentists, right? They go to conferences with them, they went to school with them. And so if I am the designer or the developer or the marketer that works only with dentists and I do a great job for them, they are absolutely going to refer me. Now, if you're just a generalist, it's going to be much more difficult to get referred because people don't see you as a great fit for their friends. Now, if there's anything that I hope you take from this part of the video, it's this. Strategically selecting a niche can eliminate a vast majority of the issues that stunt agency growth. So literally every single issue that has held me back from scaling over the years could have been solved by just selecting a niche sooner. So that leads us to our next question. How do I choose a niche? And I've found that the easiest way to do this is just ask yourself 3 different questions. And if you do this properly, chances are you're going to find the perfect niche for you. So the first question is, have I already had success within one industry or vertical? If you've already worked with clients in an industry, you've already had success, chances are that's probably a good niche opportunity for you. And so look back at your past projects and opportunities and see if there's something right in front of you that you didn't notice before. The next question is very similar, but it's, do I have any previous experience or connections in a specific niche? And the reason that I add this question is this doesn't mean a niche in which you designed or developed websites. This could be a past job where you worked as a salesperson or a recruiter or a manager or a secretary. There's somewhere where you have knowledge and expertise that could help you in choosing that niche, but going at it as a designer or a developer. And so look back over your past experience and ask yourself if there's anything that you already know and understand and could be a good opportunity. And the final question is there a niche that excites or interests me? Because at the end of the day, your passion and love for your work and your client's success is the only thing that's going to push you through the hard times. Now, after I considered all of these different things, I found pest control to be the ideal industry for me. And there were several reasons why I came to this conclusion. This was an industry that I already had experience in. I worked as a door-to-door salesman for pest control. I knew multiple people that had started pest control companies, and I had already built tons of pest control websites, so I had that experience. I also feel like this market is fairly untapped in terms of design and development. I think there is great referral potential because it's a very tight-knit community. And at the end of the day, there are tons of them. Pest control companies are all over the world. And so once I decided that pest control was the ideal niche for me, I went and launched Best Pest Marketing. Now, throughout the rest of these videos on YouTube and definitely during the program Solo Agency Blueprint, I'm going to walk you through the whole process of building this, launching it, the website, finding clients, the whole deal. But in the meantime, if you are still not sure what niche you could select, you can go do a bunch of research on your own, or inside the program, we have a super thorough document that's a big long list of different niches that you can choose from. And underneath each one, we give you an outline of different opportunities that we've been able to identify or why these niches will be good for you to pursue. Now, we've tried our best to make sure that these are not standard niches like dentists or doctors or even pest control. We've tried to select really unique niches that will provide a new opportunity for you and might be easier to find clients. All right, next we're going to talk about your offer. Now, the first thing I want you to remember is general positioning will always lead to bland offers that look just like every other agency. And so I'm sure you've seen agency websites like this before. This is the industry standard, and you'll notice that the words that are used on these examples, they're really vanilla. They're really standard. We've all heard them before. Things like custom quality websites or captivate visitors, or we build websites that build businesses, or we build brands online. Like, these are great ideas, but they don't do anything to the prospect, because at the end of the day, every design and marketing firm should grow brands. Like, that's what we do. And so you're just speaking too generically, and it's not going to speak to anyone. Now, the goal is once you have selected a niche, your messaging and your offer get a lot stronger because you're telling them exactly who you're speaking to, you're telling them what you do, and you're showing them the benefits of working with you. So here are a few examples, and in the program we have tons of other examples that we walk through, but you'll have portfolio sites like this that are specifically for contractors or roofers or dentists or plumbers, or in my case, on Best Pest Marketing, pest control companies. And so after considering all of these things, rather than just having a website that says, we build beautiful custom websites, click to hire us, my website is now saying premium websites for pest control startups, your new custom sales website ready in 10 days or less. So there is no doubt who I'm talking to, what I do, and the benefits of working with me. And then there's a clear call to action. So all of these things form your offer and your value proposition. And if done right, and if you select the right niche, it's going to become a breeze to generate new leads. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about is pricing, right? We have established a niche. We know how we're going to position you and create your offer, but we need to make sure that you price your services correctly to make sure that you make good money. So there are 4 factors that you need to consider when pricing your services. Number 1 is your expenses. How much is it going to cost to deliver your work? You need to consider your costs for tools, any overhead if you have a physical office, insurance, and also contractors if you're hiring. The second thing that you need to consider is the market. What is the going rate or the average rate? This can be all across the board, but I believe that you probably should never sell a website for less than at least $1,000. But beyond that, you'll have to consider what types of projects you're going to be doing, what industry you're in, how much input is going to go into these projects, and then you can determine what a reasonable market rate would be for your work. Now, the third factor you'll need to consider is time and input. So how much work and how much of your time is it going to take? And then finally, profit. So after all is said and done, how much money do you want in your pocket? And so I would invite you to go through these 4 factors and consider every one to make sure that you're not undercharging or overcharging. Now, once you consider those 4 factors, you can decide what pricing method you would like to use. You can do hourly, which is just charging for every hour that you work. You can do a flat rate, which is basically this website is going to be $5,000 no matter what. It's a flat rate that does not change. It's not variable. The third option is per page. So you have a flat rate, but it's on a per page basis. So let's say that your per page cost is $500 and it's a 4-page website. And the final method is subscription, which is really popular right now. This is where you charge a recurring monthly rate and you have a set number of deliverables or things that you're going to do on a monthly basis. Now, regardless of which of these methods you choose to use, remember that simple pricing makes every step of the sales process easier. So the more confusing that your whole pricing and bidding process is, and the more your prospects feel like you're not being transparent or straightforward, or that you just don't know what you're doing, it's going to scare them off, and the sales process is going to become a nightmare. Now, after considering all of this, I made the decision for Best Pest Marketing that I was going to offer a flat rate website for $3,000. Now, the only reason that I feel like this is going to work for Best Pest Marketing is because I am templatizing my process. So every single website works off of the same 3-page template, because what I found over my time and with my experience with other pest control companies, you don't really need more than that. And so I offer a 3-page website for $3,000 that I know is going to work because it has for my other clients. Now, this $3,000 might not seem like a lot, especially considering that my goal client lifetime value is over $20,000. So if I'm trying to make $20,000 from every client, how am I going to do that with a $3,000 website? And the answer to that is I'm going to build an offer ladder. So the website is just the first step of my offer ladder. And then I'm going to work them up that ladder, upselling them on additional services, some on a flat rate, some on an hourly rate, and most importantly, some on a subscription or a recurring basis. And so in the Solo Agency Blueprint, we go really deep on this offer ladder and show you all of the different services that you could use on your ladder and offer your clients to increase the total lifetime value of every single client. Now, I'm hoping you got a lot of value from this video. And again, if you want to get deeper into this, if you feel like you need more one-on-one help, if you have questions, if you want more templates, resources, you can get that all inside the Solo Agency Blueprint. So I'll make sure to put a link down below in the description. But in these future YouTube videos in this series, we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming. We are going to be breaking down my entire Best Pest Marketing website and showing you what makes a great portfolio. We're going to be talking about marketing and how to attract good clients with big budgets. We're going to be talking about unique strategies on how to attract clients that you've maybe never considered before. And we're also going to break down the entire fulfillment process, showing you every step that needs to be taken, every role and responsibility. So at the end of this series, and certainly at the end of the program, you will have everything you need to have a successful agency. So again, if you enjoyed this video and you're ready for part 2, you can hit the like button down below, or you can comment part 2, and we'll look forward to catching you in the next video.